Okay, Eric, I'm going to go ahead and answer your question, but first let me read it for everybody else so that they know what we're talking about. I really appreciate your story. I've known other women just like this. My mother is a sociopath and a narcissist for anybody who's new here, and I've been no contact for over 30 years. So she's dead to me, but still walking the earth. They have no conscience whatsoever. My question is, do you know of other crimes she's committed in the last 30 years? People like her don't stop with their crimes. As you said, they love money and are very greedy. So happy you escaped the nightmare. Yes. Yes, I do know. In 2014, she might have been arrested before 2014, but I know that there were charges in 2014 for the selling of fake handbags. And I know that she was convicted as well as sued by two major fashion houses. And when I say major, I mean the kinds of handbags, purses that start out at probably $1,500 and go up into the thousands. Both of these fashion houses that won a judgment, the judgments were between, I think one was just under 200,000 and the other one was well over $500,000. If I know about it, and by the way, I'm not the only one who knows about it. The entire narcissistic family system knows about it. They know about this crime. They know that she was doing it. They knew she was doing it because my mother is the kind of person who would have been very out there about it because she would have been proud that she was getting one over, jokes on her, on these big fashion houses. And she would have been very proud of the quality of the fakes and everything that went along with that. I don't know details behind like the trial and everything that happened. I don't know if she pled out. I don't know any of that stuff. And saying that, I might go back and look around and do some digging and give a little bit more information because now I'm curious. I do know that there is no way, zero, and I don't do absolutes very often, that every person, young and old, in my narcissistic family system, I know for sure every single one of them knew when she was committing the crime, knew when she got arrested, knew about the judgment and everything that went along with it. They are choosing to stay with a criminal, a child abuser, a woman who has had 5 husbands, 1 domestic partner, and 4 of them, while living with her, died. 1 of cancer. And they still choose her. So for everybody out there, I want you to hear that. I want you to hear the extremes that people will go to, the lack of integrity and principle that people have to protect the family system by keeping the abuser on board rather than healing the system and helping the victim. It's just jaw-dropping. Jaw-dropping. Oh, and just as a little side note, I'm working on the will as it relates to the death of her last domestic partner. I did find online, filed with the courts, a handwritten will in handwriting that looks very similar to my mother's. At least it looks very female. It definitely doesn't look like something a man would write, the curves of the letters and whatever, but it's reminiscent of my mother's. I can't prove it's hers. I don't know for sure, but I do know her handwriting. Although she could have gotten another woman to write it because, she didn't want it to get back to her. It looks to me like her handwriting. Regardless, the person who notarized, my mother doesn't understand certain things and leaving a trail behind her. She's left a trail that she's unaware of. And if she's watching this, she can't do anything about it. The trail is already set. It's done. It's there. The person who notarized this will is a friend of hers. This is in the state of Florida. Not legal. You can't, as a friend, notarize other people's stuff. That's what I've been told anyway. If I'm wrong about that, please correct me. Irregardless of whether or not it's legal or illegal to be a friend of someone and notarize their documents, it's pretty evident to me that this handwriting is not that of a male. And I'm quite sure that the judge who is over this case has zero awareness that my mother has 3 other dead partners that precede this person. So I'm on it because I know that I'm never going to get justice. Okay, I don't want to say never. I'm likely not going to be able to get justice for my stepfather because of the cremation, because of the time that has gone by, even though there are glaring inconsistencies in the police report and the autopsy. It's not likely I'm going to get justice there, but this is a fresh death. This took place last year. So to answer your question, yes, yes, yes. And I can only hope that as she's gone from Florida to Canada after living in Florida for decades, that tells me something as well. She's back home with her people, with the clan, the cult, the narcissistic family system. I can only hope that she doesn't end up with another man. And it's clear to me that this person did not put her as a beneficiary in his actual like insurance or anything like that. I haven't seen any documentation to that. And he didn't leave her his property. She didn't include that in the will, and there's a reason for it. And I've done some research there, and I know that that's not going to her. So there you go. I'm going to put the name of my stepfather, the one that I'm trying to get justice for. And if you go under the tab that talks about my fathers, you can find more information there, because I still want justice for him. I'm not giving up. I'm just being, a realist. So thank you so much. Thanks for the question, and I will see you soon.